Hey guys, it's Christine with Indigo Wings Healing. I am here with a special reading for the upcoming full moon eclipse, which is going to be taking place on Saturday, February 11th. I'm going to be doing a video for the divine masculine and for the divine feminine. And this is just going to be, just kind of like a what you're going to be releasing, what you should be holding on to, lessons you're going to be learning. I thought this would be nice to do because the full moon is going to be an eclipse. It's going to be kicking off the eclipse season, and so there's going to be a lot of releasing going on with this moon. The period between the new moon in Aquarius, which we just had on the 27th, and the Leo full moon lunar eclipse, again, that's on February 11th, it's going to be supporting you breaking free of the old. So you're going to be wanting to watch what comes up for you and get ready for the release of that around the full moon. So I thought that this spread would be helpful for people with that. As with all of my readings, take what resonates. If it doesn't resonate for you, then the message is not for you. If you like this reading and you're interested to see what is going to be coming up specifically for you, I will be offering these as a private reading only for these upcoming 2 weeks up until right before this full moon. And I'm going to be doing it for a special price of only $35. I don't have the paypal.me link up on my Facebook page yet. I will be doing that after I film the 2 videos. And as you'll see once I go through this reading, that's a pretty good deal. But I think that there might be some of you who might want a private reading for what you'll specifically be facing with this moon. So I will get started. And again, this is for the divine feminine. So the first card is the card that is about the things you will be letting go of and potentially releasing. And that card was the Ace of Air. And so this card there's a few meanings behind it. And what I'm getting with this card is really that you're going to be releasing the false impressions that you have of the situations around you. And you're also, I feel like a lot of you have this assumption or belief that things are always going to be challenging with your twin. You're never going to have I don't want to say easy relationship, but things are just always going to be difficult. And I do feel like there's a difference between having a difficult relationship with somebody and having a relationship where you challenge each other and you challenge each other to grow in positive ways. And I feel like there's a lot of the feminine who think it is the difficult, not enjoyable relationship. And so you're going to be letting go of a lot of those beliefs that in order for you to come together, it's going to be difficult and challenging and not pleasant. You know, normally the Ace of Air, this is a card about new ideas and beginnings, but it talks about a challenging beginning. But again, this is the card of what are you releasing? And I'm really feeling that you're going to be releasing these old ideas that you've had about this being a difficult relationship, you know, and just kind of letting things be. So I pulled a few clarifier cards, and it confirmed exactly what I was thinking. You know, you look through the situation. So it's, you know, not taking things personally, not assuming that everything's about you, and just going with the flow. You know, and looking through it to know that there are things that are going on behind the scenes. And a lot of it, so much, is believing in yourself, believing that this does not have to be challenging. It doesn't have to be difficult. So you're going to believe in yourself, believe in the positive attributes that you have, and you are going to let go of these beliefs that things have to be difficult. And then allow love, which this is such a big one. You're going to be letting go of, you know, I don't want to say, for those of you who, you know, you're just kind of fed up and angry, you're thinking about the past, you're going to let go of a lot of that. You're going to be releasing a lot of that, and you're going to allow for the love to just be there. So the second card is about retaining the things that are going to be helpful for you, or the things that you should be holding on to. And the card that came up for that is the King of Water. Immediately, this to me said, for a lot of the feminine who are feeling like they want to give up and move on, to me, this is saying you need to hold on to your twin. Now, I do want to make sure that I'm clear on this. It doesn't mean, you know, chase your twin. It doesn't mean bug the crap out of them. It doesn't mean stalk them. You know, it doesn't, you know, nothing like that. But don't give up yet. You hold them close. And really you need to hold on here it says, open your heart and mind to those around you, trustworthy and heartfelt advice. So a lot of you may have been getting feelings or knowing, hearing things, seeing visions. You know, if you have any of the clair gifts, which we all have them, it's just the degree of how in tune you are to them. But if you're having those feelings that you shouldn't give up, or you're thinking about giving up, and then you see a number sequence that means something to you, or you hear a song that means something to you, trust. That is trustworthy advice from the universe, from your guides, that it's not time to move on from this, and that you should be holding on to that love that you have there. And this card is also about keeping your heart open. So hold on to that open-hearted love. And you know, you may have heard me talk about before having that open-hearted detachment, which is not easy, but keeping your heart open is going to be a really important thing for the feminine to be holding on to. And so for some clarifiers, I pulled expression, and for me, this card is talking about remaining in your truth. And for many of you, you know that your truth is not giving up yet. And also expression for me is that confirmation that Many of you are hearing, seeing, feeling expressions from the universe, expressions from your guides that are pointing you in the direction that you should be going. We have dreams, and I feel like this is another message to hold on to the dreams that you have for yourself. So if one of your dreams is that you will be in union with your twin, don't give up yet. Some of you may have other dreams. The King of Water may indicate something else for you. If the King of Water, if you see that and you think something else, apply that to what it means for you. So whatever your dreams are, hold on to your dreams. And then divine purpose, which this I just really thought was a powerful card to come up with the message that I'm getting about it for many of the feminine. For a lot of twins, being a twin is directly linked to part of your divine purpose, part of your mission, why you're here. And part of not giving up on your twin, it's linked to your divine purpose. That's not to say that, feminine, you can't get started, you can't get moving to do what you need to do for yourself with your divine purpose. But it's all linked, so hold on to that. So the third card is for receiving. So it's going to be things that are coming into your life. And so for that, we got the Six of Water. And so this is going to be, for some of you, you are going to have memories from your past, your childhood, coming up. So that could be things that cause you to, those could be things that you are purging and releasing and becoming emotional about. For some of you, you may over-romanticize the past with past relationships, perhaps your past with your twin. But for many of you, what I feel this card represents is really a return to innocence. The way that this card is worded is a little different from what it means in traditional tarot. In traditional tarot, the Six of Water can be worded as that innocent love and a return to innocence. And that is what I'm really feeling more with this card. And so what I'm feeling for a lot of the feminine is it's almost like you're going to be seeing the world from a new perspective, almost like through the eyes of a child. How, I don't know how many of you who are watching this, if you have children. I have 3, and if you ever watch them checking something out, discovering something new, learning something, it's really incredible to see how their little brains work and how excited they get over very simple things. And I feel like that's going to be a place for the feminine. And like just an example, have you ever seen like a 1 or 2 year old little kid, how excited they get about blowing bubbles? They love them and their bubbles. Like I'm feeling like that kind of excitement and joy about life is going to be coming back for the feminine. And the clarifiers I pulled for that is time to create. And I do feel like the creative energy has been lacking for some of the feminine twins. And they're going to be feeling that desire to express themselves in whatever way it is that they're passionate about. You know, and that could be one of the ways that they are feeling like they're seeing the world in new eyes. And then we got the Freedom card, and again, you know, the angel on this just reminds me of a little kid who's, you know, like running and jumping in the snow, or running and jumping in a pool, or they're just they're free, they're fearless, and you know, that's the energy I'm feeling, just not weighed down by life. And then trust, and I feel like with all of this there will be, for the feminine, greater trust being developed. You know, I don't know if it's, you know, you're kind of giving that trust to the universe finally, that everything's going to be working out the way you want it to. You finally believe that the universe has your back and everything's going to work out in your finest, or in your highest good. You know, that's going to look a little different for everybody, but you're giving it to God, you're giving it to the universe, and you're trusting that it's all going to work out. So I think that's a really nice thing that's going to be coming to the feminine. Now, the surroundings. So the fourth card, it's about how the world around you is affecting you. And I thought that this was kind of an interesting card coming up. And I think part of this card is the Five of Air. And I feel like some of this card is because a lot of feminine twins have very sensitive energies, very sensitive to what is going on around you and in the world and the environment, and you can pick up on it. And so I do think that everything that's going on right now is affecting the collective. And so this card is about learning what you can about what's going on around you, making sure that you are seeing everyone's perspectives and understanding the motives behind what everyone's doing around you. You know, you may be around people who are not making very good choices, and that might be making you feel a little uncomfortable, a little uneasy. And it might not be the people who are directly around you. It might, you know, it could be anywhere. So what I'm getting from this is that if you are in situations, or you're seeing situations where you are not feeling right about what's going on, do the best that you can to learn from the situation and try to get all the facts, try to get all the sides, and all, you know, understand where everybody's coming from and what's motivating them, and that will help you manage your environment. And I do really feel like, you know, I do not want to talk about any kind of politics, you know, but for those who are in the United States, those who may be affected by some of the changes in the United States, I do feel like this card is a little representative of what's going on, because there's a lot of I'm on this side, I'm on that side, you know, and I'm not even just talking, you know, across the nation or the media or social media or anything like that. I mean, it's even, you know, in some cases, families and friendships, and people are learning you know, who they can express their opinions in front of, or who they need to be quiet around, or, you know, like a lot of different things like that. And so I really do feel like that card is strongly tied to what's going on with all of those changes for some of the feminine. I don't think it's for all of them, but for some of them. And I do think that that affects people across the globe. So the clarifier cards that I pulled, I felt like were very appropriate. And again, I mean, for those of you that aren't affected by the global things that are going on, you know, these things can just apply to anything that's going on in your life. That card could apply to family situations. It could apply to friendships or coworkers. It could apply to your twin. You know, so it's just something to be aware of that's going on. The clarifier card is shielding. And this was one of the cards that really made me feel like this is a broad issue. So definitely, if you don't normally shield or you forget, try to remember to shield your energy, especially over these next 2 weeks, so that you aren't bombarded by what's going on around you. Because again, a lot of us can be very sensitive to the energies. And the next card that came up was apologize. And I do feel like when these things are coming up in your environment, I do feel that there are going to be times when the feminine, you're going to have to make an apology to someone. And then there's going to be cases where feminine, you get an apology because, you know, you learned that somebody did not have very good motives, or, you know, maybe you had to call somebody out on poor behavior or something. And so you're going to get an acknowledgement of an apology. And then the other card that came up was nature. And I felt like this was really relevant because all of these energies and picking up on people's energies can make us feel very ungrounded. So make sure you're getting outside if it's possible. Take a walk. If you're in an area where you can walk around barefoot outside, try to do that. I live up in the Northeast, and so I have snow and cold, and so I cannot walk outside barefoot right now. But just try to get outside in nature and get some fresh air if you can. Try to ground your energies, and that will be very helpful for you. So the next card is card number 5. And this card is giving. And it's what you should be giving to others. And I feel like it ties in really nicely with your environment. And it's about fair, it's the justice card. It's fair and just decisions, doing what you know is right, standing up for your beliefs. And what I'm really getting from this card is that the feminine is going to be looking at everything that she's partaking in. You know, she's got this new perspective. And I think that what is going to be happening is it's going to affect how she's dealing with people, and she's going to be really making an effort to be very fair and very level-headed and trying to balance emotions when she's dealing with people and when she's interacting with them, when she's making decisions, when she's having a conversation about her beliefs. You know, the feminine's really going to be bringing the gift of non-judgment and fairness to other people. So then card number 6 is the beginning. What is going to be beginning for you soon? And I loved that the Magician came up, which is the card of new beginnings. And it's, you are ready. It's, you literally, whatever you want to begin, you can start, you can begin. You have the resources and the ability to manifest whatever you want right now. And so for the feminine, what is that for you? For some of you, I do feel like that could be potentially starting a new chapter with your twin. Not all of you, but some of you. For some of you, whatever it is that your dreams are, that you're still holding on to, you have the ability to manifest them. So I asked for clarification, and one thing that came up was compassion. And this really moved me because I feel like, you know, as the feminine, we do have that ability to be very, very compassionate. But do we always offer the masculine the compassion that they really need? We try, but in those moments of being really frustrated or angry or sad or whatever, do we do it then? Probably not. And so this card tells me that the feminine are stepping into a new place of, you know, open-heartedness and just being able to offer total compassion to the masculine. You know, it's going to be less of a energy of, I expect something back from you. It's just, I support you. This card coming up was pretty cool, I thought, because we had the divine purpose come up with what you should be holding on to. And then with what's beginning, we have divine timing. And that's part of why I said I do feel like for some of you, this is the beginning of something. For some of you, it's the beginning of getting started with that mission. For some of you, it's the beginning of union or reunion or the relationship. Because how many of you heard divine timing? It's going to happen in divine timing. For some of you, this beginning is divine timing. And I do want to be clear that, you know, the new moon's not going to come and bam, this happens. This is laying the groundwork. It's setting things up to start moving along in this direction. It doesn't mean, you know, February 11th shows up and you're going to be suddenly in union with your twin. I think we all know it doesn't work that way, but I just want to make sure I put it out there so nobody is disappointed when that doesn't happen. And then the last clarifier is Archangel Metatron, which this is another piece of what I feel like is beginning for people. As we know, a lot of the feminine are very much in touch with their spiritual side. They're typically the more awakened twin. And I feel like they're taking another step on their journey in their spiritual awakening. Maybe they're ascending higher. They are going to be learning something. But there, something for some of you spiritually is going to be happening. That's what this card is telling me. So then the last card is your lesson, what you will be learning with this moon. And it's the Four of Fire. And this card is all about contentment and peace, abundance, a happy home life, successfully completing something. And so the lesson here that I feel like is, one, I'm just getting, don't give up. You will be rewarded for all of the work that you've put in. That it may not manifest in the way that you think it will in your head. The universe has something better planned for you than what you can even imagine. But the other thing that I'm getting is keep your heart open, keep your heart positive, keep your thoughts positive, keep doing all of the good things that you are doing, and it's going to bring you the contentment, the peace, the abundance, these things that you're looking for. So that is all I've got for you for this new full moon reading for the feminine. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hoped it gave you some insight on what to be looking out for and what to expect over the next couple of weeks. Again, if you have an interest in having an individual full moon reading with me, I'm offering a special price of $35 for these for, I want to say, about a week and a half. I'll probably end this offer a few days before February 11th, and I'll have the details posted on my Facebook page tonight. My Facebook page, where you'll be able to get the paypal.me link and the information, is facebook.com/indigowingshealing. You can also read about my services, my readings, learn a little bit more about me at my website, which is indigowingshealing.com. I do have a small Facebook group for twins on Facebook. It's called Indigo Wings Soul Connections. It's small right now because I just started it. As we start to grow, I do offer specials for only people in that group occasionally. So just wanted to mention that in case you wanted to join there and have the opportunity to get in on some of that. And I think that that's all I have for you today. I think I said everything I wanted to say. I hope, like I said, I hope this helped you. I hope it resonated. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and hit subscribe. I'd love to hear what you thought about this. So let me know in the comments below. And I hope you have a great week, everyone. Take care.